Welcome to the Success Pick and Mix podcast with me, Nikki Raby. I began this podcast in 2018 and I've produced over 400 episodes with an emphasis on dreaming and doing. But I know there is so much more to building a business and life that you love. It's definitely a work in progress. For the last 25 years, I've built a portfolio career as an actor, personal branding coach, writer, speaker, and podcaster. I love my pick and mix and curating my personal brand. I want to support you to create success on your terms. I've helped over 1,000 people to build a personal brand, and yes, I will be sharing with you business strategies around planning, packaging, presenting, and propelling your personal brand. But there is so much more to my work than that. I'm not interested in formulas, templates, or sleazy pants sales techniques. You know the ones. Instead, how would it feel to do things your way that align with your personality, circumstances, and goals? I'm going to be sharing conversations with some of my favorite people who are creating success on their terms to provide inspiration and encouragement. Also, there will be mini episodes where I take you behind the scenes, sharing how-tos, my coaching toolkit, chats about mindset, money, building momentum, and all through storytelling. After all, my clients have been known to call me the Queen of Analogies. So, thank you in advance for spending some time with me. Feel free to subscribe to be notified of the next episodes and follow across social media at Nikki Raby. You can catch up on previous episodes via my website, nikkiRaby.com, and also pick and mix, if you like, from my freebie shop. Right, let's crack on and start today's episode. How you doing? It's Nikki. I hope you're having a good day. I've got a little story for you today that is definitely in line with this money conversation I'm having over here at the moment. So let's go back. Where should we start? I'm going to have to be quite careful about details that I share, and you'll see why in a moment. So when I was in my early 20s, I used to do some babysitting, some nannying, and I basically reinvented my job. I was CRB checked and I was a jobbing actor. I still am a jobbing actor, and I wanted to create some work in between everything that I was doing. And so I came up with the idea that there would be lots of very rich parents who didn't necessarily want to have a nanny or a babysitter full time, but they may want to have somebody on an ad hoc basis. So a couple of hours on a Thursday morning, or they were kind of flexible because a lot of the mums, they weren't working themselves. So they could be flexible if an acting thing came up, and it worked really well. And I was very smart, actually, even if I do say so myself, in those beginning years, because I picked places where, and maybe this was me getting my manifesting pants on of like, wow, how do you live in London, like in big time? So a lot of the nannying that I was doing was in the southwest London area, in these enormous, big, beautiful houses, a lot of trips to the King's Road, a lot of trips into central London, and, you know, just small moments of paying for parking and not having a travel card, paying for parking at £12 an hour and not thinking anything of it, and just go, whoa, we'll just pay for the day, why not? And it was really fascinating for me in those early days, especially as a jobbing actor where I didn't have a lot of cash, just watching and observing and being interested in how other people did business or did life in London at that higher level. Anyway, there was one particular family that I really loved working with. And this is why I'm like, I don't want to share any details because I don't want to sound like I'm speaking out of turn. But my point is, people will pay for the ease and fulfilling their vision. So this one particular person had a vision of owning a property abroad. Let's just say that. I'm not going to tell you any more specific details. And she had a vision that and this was probably before Pinterest and all of that, she knew what she wanted. So she had scrapbooks and she had so many magazine subscriptions. So every single month, and I was so lucky because when the kids would sleep, I'd just sit on their lovely sofa and have a lovely lunch and catch up on all the magazines, and it was really great. So she would have about 15 subscriptions per month. This is like early 2000s where magazines were really rife. And so because she got all those interiors and those food and those lifestyle ones, she used to cut them up once we both read them, like we're a married couple. No, but like once everyone who had read them or once they'd been used, and she would start to pull together all these schemes. And she had really good taste and she wanted to fulfill this dream. Anyway, this property was purchased. And she had such a specific idea of what this was going to look like. And she did all of the sums, and her husband he was into it, but he didn't need to be on the ground with her, let's just say. And so it was her project. It was her thing to do. And one day she came home and I'd been with the kids and she'd been to a popular shop, let's just say, I'm not even going to say the name. And she shared with me what she had bought that morning. And this was not a little purchase. This was not even like £1,000. I'm talking a 5-figure sum here, and a big 5-figure sum. And in that shop, she had bought curtains, sofas, beds, bathroom stuff, bedding, light switches, lighting, lamps, small tables, like anything you can ever think of. And she went into that shop and bought pretty much everything that she needed to furnish this beautiful house in a morning. And literally went in and placed the order. And literally went in and spent thousands and thousands of pounds. And there is no there is no opinion here from me. And I am a huge believer that people need to do what they need to do with their money in the way that they could do it. And the joy that she received from that was enormous. And it was such a pleasure to see that in somebody else. I then, of course, was asking questions, and because we were pals, like it was okay for me to ask that. I was like, so what's going to happen next? And she said, well, they're going to deliver it all, and they're going to deliver it and they're going to put it in the garage, and then we're going to get a lorry, and basically it's all going to be shipped and it's going to go. And then she'd hired somebody on the other side to put together this house. So to wallpaper, to make up all the beds, to do everything that she needed and wanted to do. And so when she had that moment of going out there with the children, it would all be done. And this is why I'm calling this, or I'm talking around this area of people will pay for ease and fulfilling their vision. And I know so many people, when they're putting their costs together, when they're putting together their offering or their proposal, they might be thinking about how they should cut corners because they don't want to say the big price, because the big price might be too much and therefore they might lose the sale. And therefore they've gone to all of this effort and that person might not sign up. But what if your ideal client was somebody who was just paying for the ease? Paying for the vision, paying for it to be done. I always love to do all this research as well. And I was very observant in my early 20s. So things like lots of these families would have these concierge services where, they might say, look, we're in the market for a third home in the Cotswolds. Can you do some research? Can you spend half a morning on this and come back to me with some properties I might like to look at? Or somebody might, one person used to order everything for the week. So she had 4 children and all of her online shopping was done. And she used to have 2 cleaners that used to come for 2 full days a week. This is how big the house was, and would do all the laundry, all the ironing. Oh my gosh. I mean, what a life. What a life. How lovely. That is going on my vision board. Somebody to come and do laundry and put it away and make it smell all beautiful and fold it. Happy days. I am into that. But I want you to consider this today. And also ask yourself, do you have that VIP option? Do you have that VIP option for somebody who goes, I don't care what it costs, I just need it done. I don't care what needs to happen, I am just ready for that vision. And I've been dreaming of this vision for so long now, and I'm excited to bring it to life. Are you serving that person? Or subconsciously, are you that person who is fretting and going back and forth over like 90p? And of course, I know that different people have different price points, but there's an energetic exchange here. You want somebody who is going to say, I'm going to feel confident in investing this money with you because I have enough confidence in myself to be able to make it back, to really build a business that I love, to be able to do this in a fantastic, brilliant way. So I want you to have a look today at your pricing menu. Do you have a VIP option? Do you have some way that you can fulfill the quota of, I will pay for ease and for you to fulfill my vision? If you need to look at your pricing, do go over to my brand new video series. It's all about looking at your prices, thinking about how you can package things in a different way. And it's under my freebie section on my website under helpful personal brand stuff. You can find it over on nikkiraby.com. If you are ready to go, oh, Nikki, actually, I haven't thought about that VIP option and I need to, because there's something in this and I'm really bored of faffing about with 20 quid here, 90 quid here, and I want to really amp things up in 2022. Then come on over and join the online course, which is all about pricing and packaging your personal brand. You can buy it as a DIY standalone course, or you can add in a VIP option, not a VIP option really, but a one-to-one bespoke support session with me. You can find that under pricing and packaging on my website. I would love to support you to do this. Having another pair of eyes, talking about money in a different way, not from necessarily an accounting or a financial advisor perspective, but from how could you do this in an even more brilliant way that's going to support your ideal clients. So I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how I can help you. And let's do this. And as always, if you haven't rated, review, subscribe, all that good stuff, please do so. I would absolutely love that. And sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next episode.